We should be live on the stream now. Yep, there we go. So we're live on Twitch. You may receive intermittent Stellaris commentary from this. My wife is playing Stellaris. But we're here to take on this 5-skull battle contract. We just got our first King Crab, which completes all of the mechs we need, so we don't need to worry too much about salvage. Though there probably will be some good salvage here. I'm happy to just take in the one priority pick because we need seabills for the career score. And that's a reasonable amount of seabills. So whilst we wait for that King Crab to finish, we can run out with our good Atlas, our 3 Atlases and our Highlander. Okay, there's apparently an active patrol of pirate mechs engaging reconnaissance. And if we've got to destroy them, and should we encounter any other pirate units, there'll be a bonus for destroying those as well. So, if we're getting a reasonable amount of cash, hopefully, like if there's a percentage bonus for destroying reinforcements, then that will add up.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, what are we looking at? That looks like a Zeus, a Stalker, and an Awesome, and a Shrek. That's pretty decent lance, especially if there's going to be reinforcements coming in. So let's make sure that we are in cover when we engage them.
Confirmed. On my way.
Before we get close, the road means we can move up pretty speedily. So Medusa can get to here and still be in cover.
Got it.
And we don't trigger them at that point. Apex.
We'll go.
That's got to be it. There we go.
Sensor showing a new hostile.
So they're going to come forward at that point. Ek in the Highlander. Needs to be a bit closer. You've got 5 evasion there, which is pretty good. And then Duke and the Command Atlas can be a little bit further back. So that Shrek is going first, I guess. Oh no, maybe not. Let's see. Can you get into cover? If you're in cover, you can't see them. So I think we're just moving you up and bracing for the moment. Plenty of damage reduction that way. And that's their Awesome.
I've been sensor locked.
Getting a sensor lock in on X, so good thing he's braced to deal with it. I think we reserve with Duke. She's far enough back that she's not going to have to worry about anything. And here comes that Shrek. 320 damage hits. Could be a lot worse.
Yes, Commander.
And Apex can get into cover.
Moving out.
And mean that we don't have to worry about that Shrek anymore. Couple of Gauss rifles means we don't have to care about that. And that would be
eyes
their
on hostile
reinforcements.
reinforcements. They're heading your way.
Darius is ever on the ball, letting me know that there are reinforcements after they've shot me with some long-range missiles. No more reserving. So Medusa's back there, Duke's back there.
Commander.
Might sprint forward with Medusa then.
All right, full speed.
And let's see what we're up against. We're up against things with lots of LRMs. And Duke,
Ready for orders.
we're just going to have to brace for the moment till they show themselves. But they're not interested in walking forward. They just want to sensor lock us. Here's a stalker. And Apex takes a bit of damage there, but can
Mess them up.
hold on. Let's see what we can do. So that's an elite gladiator stalker with 0 damage reduction.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see if we can get him to regret making that decision. Need to twist a bit so that
Onward.
we're presenting front there. Off with his head.
Locking on.
No, none of the large lasers hit. We did tweak the head with one of the SRMs. We've got the resolve for another go though.
Waiting for orders.
Duke does have the cool shot mastery, so there is a chance that either of those large lasers would do enough to take out the gladiator. And that would free up the 2 atlases. If that works, it would free up the 2 atlases to shoot other targets. Let's give it a go. You never know.
Roger that.
Well, that looked pretty promising actually. But no, we do get the ammo explosion, but we didn't clip the head at all there. Okay, there's the Zeus coming in. Yep, that's working on X armor a bit.
Taking heavy hits, Commander.
And they have cover, but they're a scout, so they just have the 20% damage reduction.
Ready for orders.
Decent chance here that we'll be able to do some serious
On
damage
my way.
with 2 atlases unloading.
Copy that.
And what's that stalker doing? It did not like getting an SRM to the face, so takes it out a neck, which is understandable.
Standing by.
And what I need to do, yeah, we can move up here and we'll be in range of all of our weapons on that Zeus.
Moving to position.
And we take off the side
Target's taking a
torso.
critical hit.
That is going to limit its offensive capabilities. It's just got the medium laser now, and 15 now. That sounds like a lot of missiles. And it is.
Taking minimal damage.
That feels like a K2. We
Showing minor damage.
got to pull Ek out of there, I think. You can't carry on just taking the long-range firepower of the entire reinforcement lance, which is what's happening at the moment. And fortunately, that Olsen is shooting Apex.
Losing armor.
Show me your war face.
Alright, so Ek, I
Standing by.
think I can't sprint because he's taken too much damage. Resolve wise, we're okay. I think we need a vigilance to bleed off that stability damage. We need to go left side onto these guys.
Moving to position.
Vigilance, bleed off the stability damage. We have just enough resolve left for a headshot. Let's see if we can take out that Awesome. Seeing as nothing's hit the Awesome yet.
Got it, Commander.
Come on, large lasers. We're just not lucking out. Just one of those SRMs connecting. What's that Zeus doing?
Reporting light damage.
Alright, so who can Duke shoot?
What's up, boss?
Well, from here we've got decent numbers on that Awesome,
Position confirmed.
or on the Zeus. The Zeus has already fired this turn, so we could potentially cut down the on the offense of that Awesome. Let's give it a go.
Engaging with target.
That does have ammo in the center torso, so if we get lucky and crit that, that's good.
Got a lock on me.
Okay, they've got a lock on Ek, unfortunately.
Yes, Commander.
Apex, let's just keep pouring the fire in.
Roger that.
They've got no damage reductions. Stray shot. Missing with the 95% on the Gauss rifle, but we took out the Awesome
One last
anyway, so
target.
that's okay. And that Stalker having a go at Ek. Oof.
Damage is minor, Commander.
Ek does have the 60% damage reduction at the moment at least, which is something. Yeah, we want to be more front on that Stalker before we shoot.
Moving out.
Let's see if we can put some more hurt on it.
Roger that.
That's a lot of hurt.
One less target.
By the way, if you're watching the stream, feel
Central
free to
lock.
say hi in chat. Oof. At least they only do 20 damage.
Reporting major armor loss.
100 tons. Okay. That's probably an Atlas over there.
Losing armor.
Let's hit him hard.
Right, Ek is now able to sprint. And it might be worth
I'm receiving
doing
you.
just that. Could sprint, turn in vigilance.
On my way. Double time.
Oh, have to vigilance before you sprint. That was not the best decision.
I've been sensor locked.
And they're sensor locking him. They're just not letting up.
Yes, Commander.
So with Duke, we push up and let's see if we can end this Zeus. Might be worth using the resolve for a precision strike on that center torso. concentrate the damage a bit. It's looking pretty good. Yep, there we go.
Hope we can salvage that.
So that is the original lance dealt with. I've just got to get Eck away from these guys. They're into that structure.
That shot went internal.
And we just put some good large lasers there. Alright. Apex,
Awaiting
you're over
orders.
here.
Roger that.
I need you getting in these guys' faces. We've got a good Banshee there. With no damage reduction. Let's see if we can put a Gauss rifle through the cockpit. No. We did connect with a medium laser and a couple of SRMs actually. We left him with just 2 structure on that cockpit. And that's an Atlas. Okay, and they're choosing to shoot Apex. And I'm okay with that because
Yep.
Apex is in much better shape.
Roger.
So we're out of range of most of our guns, so we'll actually bleed off some heat here. I give them something else to shoot at, and that's a 95 tonner. That's a Highlander, right? Maybe a Banshee.
Let's go.
What? It's the Banshee 3M, okay. 2 PPCs. And that's an 80 tonner over there, okay.
Commander?
Yes, so Eck, I think we need to get you left side facing, right? So let's move.
Rolling.
We face left side on. That's looking a bit safer. And let's see, can we put this Banshee down? We haven't got a single large laser hit the head yet. And there's one, finally.
That's a kill.
I feel like the Atlas is the bigger threat, isn't it? And we do have enough resolve for a headshot, but Duke's not going to take that, so let's reserve. And that's an awesome an 8T model. Yeah, we're taking a bit of a beating now with Apex, but still plenty of armor. Yeah, that Atlas is just going to be a real problem, isn't it? Let's see.
Standing by.
We're pretty mashed. That's where our double heat sinks are. That's where the Gauss rifles are. There is not a good answer here. Let's move sideways on. We're in
Moving
cover.
out.
We bleed off a bit of stability damage. And let's hope that the Gauss rifles do the business.
Firing on target.
Nope. Did connect with a medium laser to the head though. I don't think he liked that. And he's expressing his displeasure with a fair amount of damage going that way.
Aye, aye.
So Medusa can step up. Let's sprint up and see. Yeah, we don't cover appreciably more distance. I can't get between them and Medusa.
Affirmative.
So I can't get between them and Apex. So we'll sprint up and we'll see what happens with the Banshee. Shoots Medusa, okay. That's fine. Medusa's not taking much damage at all. Right, and Duke, who are we shooting? We are probably teeing off on that Atlas, aren't
Commander.
we? Yep, everything's
Roger that.
in range. Never know, might high roll with one of the large lasers.
Target acquired. Waiting for orders.
Alright, so from here, Ek. Pretty good numbers to hit, especially if we factor in
Location confirmed.
precision strike. Might just take that Atlas's head off before it does anything.
Locking on.
Oh, no. We are slightly less lucky than
Standing
average
On my way.
with these cool shots to the head. That's the way it goes sometimes. We can knock that Atlas on its back potentially here. Yep, they weren't entrenched, so that's a knockdown. It'll be there. That's the Atlas to go first, so we can get straight back up. And oof, misses Apex with the AC-20. And we've got 10 armor left on that left
I
arm.
can't take much more of this.
Oh, but she's knocked down. Oh. So, pilot injury ignored thanks to the cockpit.
Commander.
Let's stand her up. And we'll spin on the spot. Maybe actually take half a step. Spin round, present the other side.
Order confirmed.
And if we attack with everything, we overheat, so we take off a single medium laser and let that Atlas have it.
Taking the shot. Target's taken a critical hit.
So they've had a knockdown, they've had a cockpit shot, and they've had an ammo explosion. There's 3 pilot injuries on the Atlas.
Orders.
Yeah, let's spin here
Move order received.
and keep teeing off on that Atlas with everything. I think we've got a reasonable chance of taking it out.
Taking the shot.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you hit the head, that'll do it.
Target eliminated.
Why didn't you lead with that, Medusa? Could have saved us a lot of pain. And yeah, that Banshee was running hot. Doesn't have the heat sinks to keep firing 2
Show me
PPCs,
your war face.
which is pretty sad, really.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so X out of range to really go for the old
Receiving you.
long range headshot attempt.
Coordinates received.
If we go for it, we overheat. So I think we're bracing this turn. And Ek.
Yes, Commander.
I think we're reserving. Let's let them have a go. And yep, Medusa's now at the point where we need to twist.
What do you need?
So let's do that. Twist around. And let's see if we can high roll taking out this Banshee before it does anything.
Attacking from position.
Don't get lucky with the AC-10s. Oof, we do
Inflicted
leave
heavy damage.
2 structure on that Banshee. Medium laser connects and a couple of SRMs. Your head's on fire, did you
Reporting
know?
light damage.
I'm ready.
So, yeah, Ek can not shoot from cover. So we may as well stay up here. No precision strike available. Let's see what we hit.
Reporting critical hit.
Well, the crit on the PPC is going to make it slightly less
Aye,
dangerous, and I think, yeah, realistically, we're just going to stay right side on
Copy that.
and brace.
God damn. Let's do this.
Orders?
Alright, Ek. Still not quite in SRM range.
Good to go.
And Duke. Yeah, you're in range with everything now, aren't you?
Aye.
We just need to clip that head with anything, including an LRM. So have a
Copy
go.
that.
There we go. 1 LRM was enough.
Mech destroyed.
And we've got 44% resolve. We do have enough for another attempt at a headshot. Let's see if that awesome's going to get a bit closer. Okay.
Reporting. Major armor loss.
Yep, definitely time to spin you around.
by.
We're still not
Commander.
in range with him. Let's spin with Medusa then. Get front ways on. Get that extra 1% chance of clipping the head. We can fire everything.
Roger that.
There we go. One of those AC-10s finally landed.
Hostile eliminated.
Just the way I like missions to go. Simple with a fat payday at the end. You weren't quite
Mission
paying attention,
successful.
were you there, Darius? I guess it was fairly simple. We did take a little bit of structure damage on the Highlander's arm. That was fine. Oh, there's no bonus payout for the reinforcements. Outrageous. Decent XP amount. The game definitely considered that to be 5 skulls. Highlander's taken a bit of damage, no biggie. There is a lot of mech parts there. There are a lot of mech parts there. Plus 10 damage realization, we've got a few of those. There's nothing like a heat exchanger, is there? Or a heat bank? No, that looks like it's more flashpoint reward stuff. It's a pretty good SRM6. Get a Banshee part. Alright, so we need to stick the repair order in for the Highlander. I can actually put better SRM6s on last rights. Let's do that. We've got the ones that do +2 stability as well, don't we? Yeah, we got 3 of them, so we can stick 2 in here.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Cool, so let's make sure that we get the Highlander. Highlander can go top because it's only going to take a day. And the Atlas 2 days. Then we want that King Crab, so we've got that 12 days in. And then the light mechs get their tweaks. And that's it for contracts here. So we do have another 4.5 skull planet, I think, right next to us. 14 days. Yep, and then we can hit this one, and then we can hit that one. Drop down to here maybe, and then get into Davian space. It's all about trying to hit those contracts, losing as few days as possible.
Calculating course now, Commander.
Let's hope there's some decent contracts for us to take. We've just got to see what travel events pop up on the way. Not much happening in the depths of space, as it turns out.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
And yep, we just keep things as they are. We're maxed out on morale. We've got our King Crab. Let's just look in the mech bay. See if we can pick out a cool paint scheme for it. Oh, I got the teeth on top there. That's pattern 3. I think I quite like that. Not as big a fan of that. Interesting with the what's like the bull horns there. That's 4, 6. Okay. 1. Yeah, I think 3. It's definitely a cool paint scheme.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
Okay, we're here. What's in store for us in terms of contracts? There should be lots of contracts we can take. Potentially, because we're high with Davian, we're high there, so there's no Merrick ones. Oh, target acquisition. Interesting. Synthetic plague, what's this? Capture a base? So we think pirate forces have taken control of a base and eliminated our covert team, and we need to take them out. We think there's a Capellan logistical base that needs to be destroyed. And compelling confederations are going to stop those guys. That's versus Capellan. So they're either versus pirates or Capellan. So we can do all of these, which is great. The target acquisition, I might wait a little bit just till we've got our light mechs ready. But we can go straight on these, and this is a battle in the polar environment. Perfect opportunity to field test our new King Crab. Yeah, we've got to intercept this hostile Capellan lance and destroy it while the Davian team conducts a thorough search. So let's do that. Yeah, we'll go for 2 priority picks. We need those sea bells for the career score. I think every 1,000,000 sea bells winds up getting you what? Is it, yeah, for every 10,000 sea bells you get a point. So every 1,000,000 is 100 points. Well, we need to get a lot of millions to get this gauge up. But we still want some priority picks in case some cool gear drops. So, we go as before, but instead of the Highlander, in comes the King Crab. And actually we do have some experience. I should check and see if I can make these pilots just a little bit better before we go out. They might have got some Sims time in as well in the flight, but they could also have too much experience to benefit from the Sims
Yes,
now.
Commander.
Yep, Apex, no improvement
Standing
there.
by.
Duke, we can get Gunnery 7.
Mech warrior training complete.
I live to serve.
And Eck, we can get Gunnery 7 as well.
Training confirmed, Commander.
That will no doubt help because those large lasers are less accurate than the ones we've got on the Highlander at the moment. And as well as Eck and Duke and Apex, it was Medusa, who we're training up at the moment. And he's a little ways off improving, okay. Still a little bit more extra gunnery on Duke and Eck will no doubt help. Let's take this on, we go up to 1,000,000. Take the 2 salvage. And yep, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh no, King Crab. The full 400 tons being dropped for the first time. Yeah, especially in a polar environment, that that King Crab is going to be crazy. A prospector with a loose tongue mentioned that he located a possible cache of Starlink technology on this backwater planet. It's a shame we're not going to get any of that Starlink technology. Could really do with some more double heat sinks. The flashpoint caches we picked up have not been kind to us.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, we've spotted our targets. Any hint as to what they are? No, they're not showing up. Move up to the area, make contact, and engage and destroy them. Zero
Snow
mention
reminds me of my childhood.
of
I
reinforcements.
hated my childhood.
Poor Medusa hated his childhood. Thanks for sharing, Medusa. Good talk.
Copy that.
Onward.
And yeah, Duke, you can be... Hey, get around this way.
Affirmative.
So the enemy's going to have their go. Let's just have a look at this. Oh, there's a mountain there. So we've got a tree behind it and the odd silhouette, but that's our king crab. No light on it, so we can't really see the paint job at the moment, which is a shame. Right. So yeah, this looks pretty reasonable.
Sensors have something.
Okay, we've got a grasshopper, 80-ton mech. Send Apex that
Moving to
way.
position.
That can be central.
Moving to position.
And yeah, Duke. There we go. So they've got a master tactician in that 80-ton mech. We don't have vision on them yet. Let's reserve. See what else happens. Yeah, the grasshopper has a go at long range, and then ace pilots itself around. The AI really doesn't think enough about whether it should use ace pilot. It just thinks that it can use ace pilot and does. So we've got Apex on the
Standing
flank.
by.
Can't get a bead on that 80-tonner. So I think we're all just going to team up and see if we can
On the move.
disassemble this grasshopper.
That's gonna hurt.
It is getting pretty solid damage reduction, so that's a problem.
Waiting for orders.
But we've got quite a few weapons.
Acknowledge.
And we just fluke ahead to it in
I
there.
think I hit something good.
Good to go.
No harm in moving up with Duke, I think,
Move order
and pouring in the firepower.
Firing all weapons.
And we concentrated a lot of damage there into that
That.
center torso region, so now
Waiting for orders.
Medusa moving up onto the side and shooting.
Move into position.
We probably don't need the medium lasers.
Acknowledge.
And we avoid building up the heat.
Tango down. Let's go.
Let's see what they do. Okay, we can see that Victor. Oof. 60 damage into the king crab, but didn't hit the head, so
Showing minor damage.
could be worse. And they don't have any
I
cover.
live to serve.
Oddly, we can't. They shot us, but we can't shoot back. Is that right? We can if we move here. We've got good numbers.
I'm walking here.
Let's see if the promise of the headhunting pays off.
Welcome to my alpha strike.
Okay, yep, one of the large lasers hit. I think two of the large lasers hit, actually.
That's a kill.
That was pretty impressive. did exactly what it was meant to do. We'll reserve with Duke and we'll let them come a bit closer. It's another Victor. Maybe we don't want them to come a bit closer. Oh, and that was the full damage with a breaching shot. If that had hit the head, Ek would be a goner. So, Medusa, you haven't built up any heat yet. And if you get here, you will
Moving out.
be sideways onto that Victor. That AC-20's over here, right? Yep, in the right arm.
I'm on it.
We crit the ammo.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Oh, not another Victor. Oof, swing and a miss on Duke, fortunately. Wasn't a breaching shot. We've got to take these AC-20s off the field. Don't have any more resolve.
Commander?
So I think... we just have Gauss rifles to shoot.
Copy that. Take that.
That was fairly effective. I mean, that Victor is now just a
Commander.
stick.
Taking the shot.
And we do a fair bit of damage these days.
Enemy down.
Hell yeah.
Alright, they're going in phase one, so
Standing by.
we've only got the one precision strike. Let's see, that is our right side. Let's go left side on. Precision strike, and we're out of range of the SRMs. Let's blow that arm off then.
Affirmative.
Great, got the ammo. There goes an AC-20.
Reporting critical hit.
It's definitely a surgeon.
Receiving you.
Just brutal.
One less target.
So there were some hairy moments there with
Mission successful.
breaching shot AC-20 rounds flying around, but we weren't supremely unlucky. We didn't eat an AC-20 slug to the face of any of our mechs. Where we could, we took the AC-20s off, so they weren't an issue. And the reward is no structure damage on our mechs, no dead pilots, a decent amount of experience. We've got 2 priority salvage. We could go some way towards getting a Victor 9B together. Hard to pass up a plus 10 damage medium laser though. And I still don't have all of the hit defense gyros that I want. So we'll go for that, I think, and we'll just see if we get any Victor parts. No, we don't. No biggie. Well, I definitely consider that to be a pretty successful test of our King Crab refit. And we've got a couple more contracts to look forward to. So I could probably do the target acquisition with the 2 Kintaros and a couple of Jenners. The Kintaras can do the closer one. The Jenners can do the far signals. And the Kintaras can definitely throw out some weight. I mean, I could use the Starly Griffin as well. Can definitely hold their own. And then, yeah, capture base 5 skull and destroy base 5 skull. They will be the full assault lance. So yeah, we got reasonably lucky, I think, with the contracts here. It's definitely worth the travel time. I just don't know that we can earn enough money in the days we've got left to make a difference. I mean, I guess everything is going towards contract score. We are accelerating to maxing out the contract score pretty well, and this is all helping out with Mech Warrior experience. If we can keep getting 2,500 per Mech Warrior per mission, we'll push that a lot closer to this. Yeah, star system visited. We're not doing so well, but we're not using much time to get to these star systems. So that's okay. Yep, and negative faction reputation, we need to work on that. Let's have a look at our rep. Yeah, this needs to go down by a lot. That needs to go down by a fair bit, that needs to go down by a fair bit, and that needs to hit 100, and we need to not lose any of 100s. I think the reputation juggling act is one of the trickier elements. But yep, there we go. That's it for now. If you've been watching, thanks for watching. If you want to catch up on any of the other episodes, they're on the YouTube channel. Just look for, search for Battletech and the Commuter Zombie on YouTube, or look for the link in the Twitch description. And other than that, until next